The way we find restaurants these days has certainly changed over the years, from word of mouth to newspaper ads, now to social media.
Fox 10's Marissa Sarback is taking a bite out of the food scene here in Arizona and discovering how social influencers are changing the game.
Meet Kay Tam and Melissa Anaya, food influencers here in the Valley, better known as AZ Food Guy and Eat Drink AZ. They review food around Arizona, reaching a combined number of almost 400,000 followers on social media.
Sometimes I get invited to restaurants. A lot of times it just depends on what I want to eat, or if there's something new that comes out and I think, oh, this is really interesting. This is really creative. I got to go cover it.
AZ Food Guy first focused on TikTok, documenting restaurants like Texas Barbecue House in South Phoenix. It's no secret the restaurant industry was crippled by COVID-19. Owners like Mike Pitt had to find a way to get customers back in after shutting his doors for 3 months. That's when he messaged AZ Food Guy and asked him to come in for a free meal.
We had 800 followers, and probably within a week we jumped over 1,000, and then in the last year and a half, we're up to 2,700, I believe.
The Texas native grew up in the era of pagers, so TikTok and Instagram influencers are an entirely new concept. But he knew in order to get new customers, he had to do something differently.
The audience or the followers really love to see the food close up.
AZ Food Guy has had videos hit 1 million views with an average reach of 30,000 per video.
Even if like 300 people came in, 1%. That's enough to make a difference for a restaurant.
It certainly did. Pitt says they are still getting 10 to 20 new customers a day. Now they go live on their own TikTok account, showcasing what's cooking in the kitchen. Albert Hernandez, a restaurateur in Scottsdale, swears by the impact online.
When I first started being a chef 15 years ago, it was all about the clipboard and maybe you look for an ad somewhere. But now social media can double and triple your business.
Love for you to try you.
He opened Don Cafe a few months ago and hopes it'll see the growth in sales that his Arcadia restaurant did after a visit from a food influencer. Numbers that just don't lie.
I'm literally talking about 33,000 to 66,000. I saw that increase in 1 month and continue to see the same numbers every month afterwards.
Albert says influencers try the food and if they like it, share it with their followers, leaving him to do what he does best. Cook.
The biggest challenge here is just getting people through the door. We're so confident in our food that that's not what really worries us. Our biggest worry is letting people know we're here.
So why do people turn to social media apps for food recommendations? Well, Eat Drink AZ says it's because people want to visualize. She often searches for the flashiest content, like a tomahawk steak getting set on fire at Chico Mallow in downtown Phoenix.
I go to the back of the kitchen, I record, again, the wow factors, the meat being thrown on, the sizzle, the smoke, and then their presentation to me was off the charts.
That video went viral, getting over 200,000 views. Executive chef Ivan Gonzalez says it's had a direct impact.
5 years ago when we first opened, we started doing tomahawks. We sell once a month, 1 tomahawk a month. There was nothing going on. Now with this new tomahawk that we have and the help from the social media, we do it every day, multiple, 10 a day.
At $140 a pop, the increase in revenue and customers was easily quantifiable.
I've had restaurants say, please let me know before you drop because we don't have enough staff to keep up.
Look at that meat, pure perfection.
Anaya says consistent content is key, but most restaurants just don't have the time to maintain their own accounts. So they pay influencers in money, or in this case, in food.
So they started banking on these TikTokers and Instagram influencers that have thousands of followers, and they do it right. They only need to bring us in once, and it's going to flood their restaurant.
They're called influencers for a reason. They've figured out what to post and on which platform, engaging with different demographics at every turn.
Definitely younger on TikTok. My Instagram, because it's been around for a lot longer, 3.5 years or so, I would say I'm about 25 to 45. I don't have the young, and I don't have the super old.
Then we see an entirely new business model emerge. Wine Girl Scottsdale gives 360-degree views of social media-friendly locations. It was designed that way.
When people have somewhere where they want to take a picture, they'll post it, a cute one on their Instagram, and then other people will see it and want to come get the same picture.
Amy Johnston and her husband knew a light, bright aesthetic would encourage people to take photos and post them. Social media has become their new word of mouth, and it's working. They just broke ground on a new wine girl, this time in Napa Valley.
We've never paid for marketing once.
So when it comes to online food content, what makes something go viral? Well, there really is no concrete answer, but it's certainly possible.
My largest video to this day is 10 million. 10 million.
Marissa Sarback, Fox 10 News.
I'm glad we ate before this
I
because
know.
we would be, if this were at 5, we'd be,
We'd
this
be
would be like
drooling.
torture.
I know.
Yeah. We need to tell you, in the weeks since we shot this story, Mike Pitt, the owner of Texas Barbecue House, which looked amazing, announced on Facebook last week that he's being forced to close over a dispute with his landlord.
He says their last day of operation will be Friday, July 29th, so you still have a week to check out their food if you want to at 24th Street in Rozier.